guys, as promised, I want to do energy reports every month. I've been doing them for a few months now, and I really enjoy them as a point of focus for me and consistency, and helping to just keep everybody up to date with what's happening in our kind of collective human energy field, what energies I'm personally sitting with, in hopes that just by kind of sharing my heart and my truth with you guys, that can help bring and offer you clarity that you're okay, that everything's gonna be okay, and that we really are transitioning into some major epic shifts. Oh my goodness. So February 2018, this month is gonna, I feel, bring in quite like a dynamic flurry of new energies. Just yesterday, on the full moon in the evening, I was very aware of this energy permeating my awareness, and it felt just quite undescribable. And what I'm aware of is presence. That letting go of a cycle personally has been about, and really just up to that full moon yesterday, was like letting go of pain. Letting go of painful cycles. And then that includes everything, right? That includes letting go of betrayal, deception, lies, gossip, lack of forgiveness, judgment, projection, whatever. Like all of that tangled, tight, painful creation, that cycle is being released. So the elevation, the new paradigm kind of living experience is, again, much more in our heart center, much more pure, much more loving. And so as we open up to that energy, that has a lot to do with us opening with the divine love, allowing ourselves to be healed through the depth of the emotional field and awareness, bringing light to some of our darkest corners and deepest wounds and pains, to uproot it and release it, so that we energetically really continue this accelerated momentum, this shift, this awakening, this transformation that we're on. It's really happening now. And that's, to me, part of this great shift of transforming and healing all this pain, letting go, letting go of the pain and the stories around the pain, and choosing the freedom. Knowing that all of that pain that I felt had to be experienced, it had to be owned. For me as a human, as a soul, as an experience, to come to a new level and a new understanding and a new energetic point of attraction. Unconsciousness is ultimately those shadows, those dark points in our body which we haven't owned and transformed. We've still tried to hook in to blaming and attacking something outside of us. So we keep ourselves bound to that pain. As we own and transform the deeper and deeper layers of our pain, we can continue to rise and create more meaning and divine expression in our lives. And it's so weird how we get words and we can overcomplicate everything, but the nugget of divine truth is that we own and transform our emotions and raise ourselves up and are gifted. That's manifestation. If we want to keep focusing on blame and attack and our own painful stories, then that's what we keep creating. The world that we see around us is not out to get us. It's our own pain and judgment of self. It's our own painful stories. I know. So essentially, what I'm sensing is that there's enough of the collective frequency really, really, really owning it. And teachers, amazing teachers and centers and places around the world that are manifesting, they're being built, they're being created, and more of the mass is starting to have those awakenings. So we're going to see this sort of exodus, this mass movement of people leaving the system, coming into their divinity, coming into their unity, no longer blaming and attacking one another, and not even blaming and attacking the system, just exiting it to focus on something different. To focus on living your highest joy. That is the beauty of this work. And why most of us, when we start to hook into it, want to start sharing it, because you see instantaneous results. You can transform people. You transform your life. The reason it's interesting to share about it is because it is very intuitive and inner. Like, it's always inside self. So all of us sharing it helps everybody else kind of get different insights about how to do the work, right? About what it means. And there again, this is part of the collective shift and why we talk about mass awakening and this sort of increasing movement is really because it is all one. It's one consciousness, it's one mind. So you can imagine, like anything, like a movement might start with one person, and then the movement might become 3, and then the movement becomes 5, and the movement becomes 20, and then suddenly you're at 100, and then you're at 1,000, and then you're at 1,000,000. Right? So exponential growth is that the consciousness permeates through the vaster collective. So that shift that we're making is like waves moving through the human beings. When I say human collective, I just mean the entire human race on this planet. So, you know, higher consciousness through the ages, not just like our 20-year history or whatever, but like the ages of the human story, the ages of human experience, beings experiencing this earthly plane. Those ages have been cycling us around for great ages for us to expand to a point where enough of us can move through this 3D matrix reality and back into our awakened state. So we're coming into this real great apex of, in very real way, transitioning earth reality into a higher vibrational earth reality, which just looks more loving, is more fun, more healthy, loving, happy people assisting in that transition. So, you know, and none of us could really say any timeline, because really from this point of attraction, there is no time. A linear perspective of time dissolves, and it's all just heart creation, present moment, which there leads into this next level of our potential creation of telepathy, heart-based communication, more working with our reality and manifesting our reality, and just almost more like a kind of a civilization of human loving masters, you know, and there will always be deeper challenges, and then recycling that infinitude over and over again. So that's like that eternal, this is just our spark here in the now, creating this eternal creation, and it's our choice what we choose to perceive in every single moment, just owning that. So here we are in February. That's the increased clarity, our presence, our nowness, our being in the moment. That's what we're really coming into to start that acceleration manifestation in our field, in a real-time reality. So it's really exciting times. I hope that was useful to you guys. Always feel free to reach out, share, comment. I really appreciate you guys subscribing, and just spreading the messages and being your authentic self. If you need any help, give us an email or check out the details below. You guys can always get in touch with us at Alta Love. Love you loads. Have an awesome day, and I'll speak to you real soon. Bye.